Hello and welcome to Startup Street Future Female Forward Special. I'm Shruti Mishra and with me as always is Arundhati Ramanan. On today's special edition, we put the focus on women founders that are shaping the startup ecosystem.
Absolutely, Shruti. In fact, according to a report by Traction, India's tech startup ecosystem ranks second after the US in terms of all-time funding raised by companies with women founders. But there's still a long way to go in bridging this gender gap.
And over the next 30 minutes, we speak to women founders to find out how they are driving India's growth story. Before that, here are today's headlines. Eversource Capital is in advanced talks to acquire electric ride-hailing platform Blue Smart. Sources tell CNBC-TV18 the investment firm has made a non-binding offer worth 850 crore rupees to acquire the mobility startup.
Skills and Talent Development Corporation NIIT acquires 70% stake in deep skilling technology training solutions provider iamneo for 61 crore rupees. Post-acquisition, iamneo will function as a subsidiary of NIIT and iamneo's founding leadership team will continue in their existing roles.
Brain Matter-backed FITURE turns profitable in FY25 after 3 years of losses, clocking 128 crore rupees in revenue and 11 crore rupees in profit before tax. The fitness startup with 50,000 daily users now plans healthcare expansion, including a Pune center and diagnostic facilities backed by additional funding.
Google faces a historic trial as US antitrust enforcers in Washington seek to force the tech giant to sell off its Chrome browser as part of a bid to restore competition to the market for online search engines. The US Department of Justice is heading into trial after two major legal victories against Google, having won a ruling in August with that Google monopolized search.
Huawei plans to begin mass shipments of its advanced 910C artificial intelligence chip to Chinese customers as early as next month. Reuters reported it achieves performance comparable to NVIDIA's B100 chips by combining two 910P processors into a single package through advanced integration techniques. Well, those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening. On what's brewing today, AI-powered smart cribs developed by baby tech company Cradlewise is now available in India. Recently endorsed by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, who uses it for his own baby, Cradlewise is built to help babies and parents enjoy better sleep. Its advanced AI technology detects early wake-ups and gently soothes babies back to sleep before they even cry. After delivering nearly 30 million hours of restful sleep to families across the US and Canada, Cradlewise has now brought its technology to India. To discuss Cradlewise's journey and future roadmap, I'm now joined by co-founder and CEO Radhika Patil. Radhika, congratulations on launching Cradlewise in India. But before we talk operations, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, like I mentioned earlier, recently endorsed Cradlewise and uses it for his own child. What was your reaction to that, and how has this level of global recognition impacted your brand?
Hello, good evening. Yes, it was an amazing call out by Sam Altman, and it was great to have Sam trusting us with his most precious creation. And it has definitely brought in a lot of visibility and trust with the because you don't want to use a new product for your baby, and this definitely helps us propel our brand and trust across the ecosystem of parents.
Sure. Radhika, it's a full circle moment for you. You've brought Cradlewise back home. It began as a passion project in your own home in Bangalore. And today you claim to be one of the world's first AI-powered smart cribs. Tell us what makes Cradlewise truly smart and how the technology works.
Yeah. So Cradlewise has an integrated contactless baby monitor. It's the world's first crib to have a contactless monitor integrated with it. It can sense movements, opening of eyes, changes in breath rate, because when you're in light sleep, the breath rate is regular. When you're transitioning to when you're in a deep sleep, your breath rate is regular, and when you're transitioning to light sleep, it's irregular. So we can collate all these data points, and it helps us predict early wake up. We also look for the sleep patterns because every baby is unique, and there's no one size fits all solution. Hence, AI and learning is a perfect application for baby sleep. We learn all these patterns and help the baby soothe just in time, because as if you're a parent and you know that timing is everything when it comes to to managing
Absolutely.
baby sleep. Yeah.
Sure. Radhika, with a launch price of almost 1,60,000 rupees, how are you positioning Cradlewise in the Indian market? Are there plans to offer more accessible models in the future?
Yes, we are going to offer more accessible models for the Indian market.
Okay.
We just have this model as a startup, we have been lean. So we have the same model that we are offering globally right now for the Indian market, but we do have plans of offering more variants.
Okay. You've shifted manufacturing from China to Vietnam and now to Pune in India. What drove that decision and what kind of manufacturing capabilities are we now talking about?
Yeah, honestly, it's just this Make in India pull. I mean, it has been great. The acceptance of the vendor ecosystem to work with more startups and working around with the nitty-gritties of us of the fine balance that startups need to make. So this has been great. I mean, post-COVID, there has been an acceleration in the startup ecosystem, and more startups in robotics and space tech. I mean, this all has been great. It has been a, a strong pull for us to relocate the manufacturing, and especially Pune being the automobile hub, availability of skilled labor and the proximity to ports. All these have been factors for us to relocate the production, plus our team being there and having better
Okay.
operations control and scaling capability.
Sure, sure. Radhika, if you could take us through your current business growth numbers, what is the road to profitability looking like? And are there any new products or innovations in the pipeline or any new markets that you're looking at?
Yeah, so we are young compared to a lot of other startups. So yes, I mean, building the factory has been a crucial step towards our profitability. We are currently available in US, Canada, and India. We are expanding to Australia, the Middle East, and UK in the coming year. We are also working on the R&D for toddler beds and baby monitors separately. So yes, I mean, there has been a great pull for having a ecosystem of products, because sleep is a journey, and we are looking to capture the kids sleep space, because there has been a
Yes.
lot that we are doing for adult sleep, but for kids sleep space there has been a white space.
Sure. Radhika, this is our Future Female Forward episode, and I have to ask you, in Indian households, women often balance family, careers, and cultural expectations. How do you see Cradlewise fitting into this ecosystem, and what kind of impact do you hope to create?
Yes, very true. I mean, I've gone through the same journey. So, very in Indian households, it's very normal to have the primary caregiving responsibility with the mother herself. And with the crib, we have seen that parents, like mothers are especially able to work from home, and it has reduced anxiety because they feel supported. You don't have to depend too much, because if your partner is traveling and busy with work, it also gives you that extra pair of helping hands when you need it the most,
Sure.
especially in the night, right? When you are also very tired and drowsy. So definitely it has
Okay.
helped with gaining more confidence for parents and moms, especially when the primary caregiving is still the mother.
Absolutely. And one final question before I let you go. You and Bharat are not just co-founders, but also life partners. What's it like building a startup together as entrepreneurs, co-parents, and as a couple?
Oh yes, it's been rewarding, and beautifully chaotic most of the times. It's very difficult to sometimes, switch off between the company and the family. But we do take, active roles in ensuring that we have separation between them. Wouldn't have done it any other way, honestly, because it's a deeply shared mission for us both.
Yes.
And it is born out of a parenting journey. So yes, I mean there are challenges, but sometimes our kids help us zone out. And we had gone
Yes.
hiking over the weekend, so these are the things that we actively do to ensure that we maintain the balance.
All right. On that note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. But Radhika, many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today and wish you the very best for all your growth plans.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Today's edition of Startup Street is all about the women making a difference in the entrepreneurial world. We now turn the spotlight on Vidita Kochar Jain, the co-founder of Jewelbox, a brand that's redefining luxury jewelry in India through sustainability and innovation. Jewelbox has also recently secured $3.2 million in a pre-Series A round led by V3 Ventures. The round also saw participation from several prominent investors, including Atrium Angels, Dexter Ventures, and JIIF. With revenues growing fourfold year over year and a bold plan to scale to 30 stores across Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities, the brand is poised to reshape how India experiences diamonds. Joining us now is Vidita Kochar Jain, the co-founder of Jewelbox. Vidita, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on our special edition of Startup Street. Jewelbox was started in 2022 and has emerged as a leading name in the lab-grown diamond space, right? If you could sort of take us through the inspiration behind starting the company and the opportunity that you see in this space.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me here. So Jewelbox was started in 2022 and it's roughly been 3 years. We're going to complete 3 years in May. And it's been a beautiful journey so far, and we're really overwhelmed with the growth trajectory of the brand. So the company started with a personal story. I got a lab-grown diamond ring as a proposal ring. And, that's when the story started. We did some research. We were so fascinated that exact substitutes of diamonds have been in existence since 2008, yet people did not know about the category at all. So we started doing some research. We found out that the market in the US had gone from 1% to 19% in just 4 years between 2017 to 2021. And we also found out that less than 6% of Indians today own diamond jewelry. That's a very abysmal number. But when I ask you to think of jewelry, more often than not, you think of diamond jewelry. So the aspirational value is so high, yet Indians have not been able to own diamond jewelry either because of the prohibitively high costs or because they don't think it is practical to spend so much on diamonds. And we thought that this category was a perfect fit for the Indian masses to actually be able to fulfill their aspirations and get access to sustainable fine diamond jewelry. And that's how Jewelbox was born.
So big opportunity here, and it all started out with you receiving that engagement ring of yours. But Vidita, as a woman founder in the luxury and tech-driven jewelry space, right? What have been some of the unique challenges or sort of advantages that you've experienced, and how has that shaped your journey with Jewelbox?
So I think the journey has been full of challenges, but it's also been a very great and steep learning curve so far, because my co-founder Nipun, who also happens to be my sibling, and we do not come from any gems and jewelry or diamond background. So we had to do a lot of learning, a lot of unlearning, and cracking the supply chain, cracking the retail model. All of these have been full of challenges. But I think what helped us was the fact that we were not bowed down by a set of stereotypes or any traditional thinking of how jewelers have been operating. We brought a lot of fresh perspective and thinking into everything that we've done. We've been extremely consumer focused, extremely consumer obsessed, and everything that has gone into the making of Jewelbox is today just because we thought how exactly as customers would we like to be treated by a jewelry brand. And that's exactly the kind of operations that we do here in the brand.
Right. So you came in with fresh eyes looking at this industry from a completely different perspective, right? Another thing that I wanted to just focus on was typically women-funded startups have always attracted lesser investment than those started by men, right? Although that is seeing some sort of a change, but there's a long way to go for that. Do you see that this trend is still continuing? How are you creating an equitable workspace?
So, of course, the topic of women entrepreneurship and women empowerment is something very close to my heart. Today, as we speak, less than 15% of the entrepreneurial landscape is comprised by women entrepreneurs, which is a very low number.
Right.
And we really hope that we can sort of push this. For this, I am a part of certain sort of women entrepreneurial groups that help women with mentorship, access to capital, knowledge, industry connects, and things like that. In addition to that, when it comes to Jewelbox, the team today is about 130 people. And I feel extremely proud in sharing that at least 40 to 45% of the workforce in Jewelbox is comprised by women.
So 45% of your staff are women, which is great to hear. Coming to the business now, right? With the freshly raised through $3.2 million, how are you planning to split the pie? You're eyeing store expansion, marketing, and talent with these funds that you've raised, right?
Yes, exactly. So I think the major part of the fund raise is going to go towards expansion of physical stores across Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities in India. And we're going to be doing this through franchisee-owned as well as company-owned stores. And a major part of the fundraise is also going to be allocated towards team building and brand building.
Right. And, like you pointed out, you're very customer-centric and a lot of your designs are getting a lot of buzz. So how do you balance keeping things trendy while still holding on to that timeless jewelry appeal? And if you could also shed light on who is your customer? Are you seeing younger buyers driving the demand, or is the appeal cutting across all age groups?
So I think when we talk about the assortment at Jewelbox, it is very, very inclusive with respect to the design language that we choose. So the idea is whether you come to my store or somebody else like me or maybe a third person comes to the store, everyone should be able to find something or the other that they end up liking. So we're actually solving for the tastes and preferences of a wide variety of audience. That's with respect to the design language. It's a mix of both classics as well as new trends that keep coming up in the fashion industry. Coming to target audience, we're building a conscious luxury brand, which is mostly for the masses of India. Like I said, the vision that we have with the brand is to fulfill the aspirations of the people who find diamond jewelry prohibitively expensive or who don't find diamond jewelry to be a practical purchase. So solving for them, I think we majorly have the masses of India in our mind while we're building Jewelbox.
Right. And if you could quickly tell us, you've gone from 3 to 8 stores, but 30 is quite ambitious, right? So what's the game plan for scaling the business with both franchisee and company-owned stores in the mix? How are you sort of balancing growth and control at this point?
Absolutely. So I think we've taken a very sustainable path to growth. In fact, it's been 3 years and we are a profitable brand, and we built it in a very a very planned and structured manner. Till 2 years, till the end of 2 years, till last financial year, in fact, we had only 2 stores in one city, which was Kolkata. But this financial year, the year that we just completed, we expanded to 6 cities and with 8 stores. So the game plan had to be solid. We knew that we needed to get the SOPs and the operations and the retail play absolutely right, and we had to nail it before we moved out of our home city, Kolkata. So now, as we are in 6 cities, we feel well braced to actually take the number up to 30 by the end of the year.
So taking it up to 30, but if you could quickly tell us in 10 seconds, right? You said you were profitable. What is the revenue target for this year?
So we plan to end the financial year with an ARR of 180 crores.
All right, Vidita, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. And we wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
All right, on that note, it's time for us to head into a short break. Coming up, from the big screen to angel investing, Sameera Reddy is now eyeing India's lucrative startup ecosystem. A special conversation on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Actor Sameera Reddy is now eyeing the startup space, looking to join cap tables in wellness and fitness-focused brands. In a chat with my colleague Aishwarya Anand, Reddy, known for her own inspiring fitness journey, emphasized on sustainable health over shortcuts and also shared her thoughts on buzzy trends like Ozempic and why real wellness is more than just a number on the scale. Take a look.
Are there plans of investing in a startup which is in the health and wellness space? Are you looking at taking the investor route and getting on the cap table?
You know, this has been going on for the last couple of years. A lot of people have come to me. I think it's very important to put your name on something which your followers really love. Like, they love you and they respect you. So as I said, I try to go into spaces that I really trust. And coming on an investor is a big thing. But yeah, I have been looking at places because I do believe somewhere when we're working this hard with brands and we're the ambassadors and we're going out there, we should slowly get into that space. I am looking for a few things because I believe that in my age group, there are definitely women who want certain products that I think I can think of. So things have been happening. It's very bizarre you asked me that. Over the last 6 months, a lot of chitter-chatters going on.
Hopefully this is that moment where something clicks.
But I won't put my finger just because there's money. I've always had that, you know. Otherwise, trust me, my Insta would be flooded with ads.
So if health and fitness is one, what are some of the sectors that appeals to you a lot if you've been looking at this space, just in terms of sectors that excites you quite a bit?
I love workout gear. In terms of, for me right now, I'm loving using, you know, those, it's something as simple as like, oh, massage ball or bands, or like, it's really silly, but I just love my bench towel. I just like to look cool with my sippy cup. So there are a couple of things that I am really loving throughout my fitness journey. So if I would do something, it would be really things that I love and things that make me feel good going to the gym.
Okay. There's been a lot of conversation around, pharmaceutical drugs like Ozempic, and I just want to understand which values do you align more towards? How do you see the whole controversy play out?
So this is really funny, but about last December, I actually put on weight again. I put on about 4 or 5 kilos post-Diwali and post-Christmas, as all of us do. And I remember that time somebody said, hey, why don't you just take Ozempic? And I was like, what? I was like, hold on. First of all, no judgment here, but it's a diabetic user's product. It's a pharmaceutical product. And I don't understand where it entered the weight loss game. I mean, I can't understand it, and I don't even want to understand it because I have my views on it, for myself at least. And for me, what I wanted was, you know, at the age of 46, I need to build my bone density. I need to build bone muscle. My muscle. I need to make sure that my next 20 to 30 years are going to be in the healthiest, strongest possible way that I can have with natural supplements, or supplements that will not, in my opinion, regress once I stop them. Now, I don't know much about these products. I have not read about it. But in my personal view, I prefer going the natural way, which is use, you know, maybe having your vitamin C, your gut health, the right kind of foods. And it's harder. It's hard, but guys, it is hard. And now we are in April, and I'm down 4 kgs. And I'm feeling good, and my swelling has gone because I've controlled the salt, and I'm controlling the sugar, and I'm on a diet plan. And yes, it's hard, but you can do it. You can do it. And there are products out there. It's like you'll constantly be shown these things. But trust me, I feel we're living in an age where everything is just fast. Kal chahiye, aaj chahiye, you know, and I'm like, that doesn't work like that. Have a 3-month plan, have a 6-month plan. Stick to the plan, train your brain. It's not that difficult. But yes, if you're suffering from actual diabetic issue and you need these medicines, then of course you have to take them. You know, and for which, by the way, everybody needs to get checked, to check their hormones to see where they're at, especially women.
And with that, it is a wrap on this special edition of Startup Street, Future Female Forward. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.